I've been too hung up on trying to find a calling or a niche or whatever it is that we like to call what we do in this world, or what calls us to do things in this world. You know, I don't know why I should have one. And that's separate from actually having a calling. Or, the fact of the matter is everybody has their calling, whether they know it or not. But just because you don't know what it is yet doesn't mean, hope is lost or that it'll never come. So why am I bringing this all up? Because I've been in a rut. These past 6 months have been an interesting time for me, considering the fact that, I've taken a lot of what I was doing creatively already and I threw it out the window just so that I could restart and come at creativity, come at whatever that drive is within me from a different angle. Let's just say these last 6 months have been what they've been. They've been grueling in terms of just trying things and feeling like it's not what I want to do or what I should be doing or all this other stuff. And I realized something. It wasn't what I was doing that, would have led to me figuring out what I should be doing. It's just the fact that I was doing it. I'm always falling back on this idea for myself that creativity is what I'm trying to go for. Just that freedom to do whatever I want with my brain when it's looking to paint or play an instrument or edit a video. I've always been around cameras. I've always been around an editing software. And so for me, I've just had that play from the very beginning, that enjoying putting something together for the sake of my own entertainment, or maybe the entertainment of like my family or my friends or, folks online that like to follow what I do. Recently, I was watching a Casey Neistat video that just popped up on my YouTube recommended page, and I clicked on it because the thumbnail was really nice and the title was something like Creative Poison. And I thought, okay, if I've been obsessed about creativity lately, let's see what this one's all about. And there was a segment in this video that really stood out to me. It made me resonate so beyond anything else I've ever kind of stumbled across in terms of trying to find my niche or what it is that I do. But he made this poster, a really fancy poster, and it had this tube taped to it, and on each side of the tube there was tape to close off the ends, and inside the tube there was this ball, and he would tilt the poster to one end, and the ball would roll, and he would say, "Bored, do more." And then he would roll the ball to the other side, and it would say, "Burnt out, do less." And he started talking about his own approach to creativity, his own mentality around what he likes to do and why he does what he's doing, being a vlog channel. Or, I'm not too versed in the whole Casey Neistat universe, but guy makes videos for a living. So I was kind of looking at that analogy, that metaphor, that ball rolling from one end of the side of burnt out and bored, and it hit me. That's my life too. I'm constantly burnt out, and I'm constantly bored, but I'm riding that wave in between, because when I do have something I'm passionate about, when I do have something I really want to put my energy towards, work with my hands, anything like that, it ends up being incredibly rewarding and fulfilling for me, until it's not. And then I look for the next thing that's the same for me. I don't know whether that's just part of my personality type, part of who I am as a person, but it's become something that I've had to learn to accept. And sometimes binge watching YouTube is how I cope with not being in the creative mood. When I am burnt out, I am on YouTube, surfing everywhere, looking at anything that pops up that catches my attention. Creators I follow who do a lot of what I find myself wanting to do, creators I follow that provide value in the way that they handle and, cultivate their own success. Vlogbrothers is a channel I like to watch from time to time. It's a channel run by two brothers, John and Hank Green, very well critically acclaimed authors and creators themselves. And there was this one video, it's a couple of videos actually, but John goes back to this one saying, We're here because we're here. And his connection to those words have a lot to do with a friend of his called Amy. The way that she kind of put the spins on the word is that, it has a lot to do with hope and the fact that we're here together, even though for him, those words came from, soldiers fighting in the trenches from way back in a war that I can't really recall out of my brain off the top of my head right now. And, the soldiers were just kind of in a very grim way singing, "We're here because we're here." I took a look at these words and I kind of felt a little bit of a different interpretation. It hit me when I was just kind of sitting around and thinking about what I want to do and why aren't I doing it? I'm instead thinking about what I want to do, and I realized, well, that's just because that's what I have to do right now. I'm here because I'm here. I'm making this video right now because I'm making this video right now, and just gotta ride the wave. There's a little bit of acceptance there. That's what I'm trying to point out. And I feel a lot happier these last few days, really talking to myself about what it is I'm looking for. And it's really just nothing. I've kept wanting to find a box to be in, when in reality, I'm the type of person who just doesn't want to be in a box. And I don't know if anybody else wanted to hear this today, and maybe it helps them out in what they're doing in life, but if it has, great. Don't be in a box if you don't want to be in a box. I'm going to be going back to balancing a 9 to 5 with my creative endeavors like making YouTube videos, streaming on Twitch, writing on Twitter, all that stuff. And I'm actually really excited for it because there was a point in my life a few points in my life where I was doing that, balancing work or school with creative stuff. And there's something comfortable or homey about that combo that is making me feel like it's going to be a good time again for me to be working on what I want to be working on while making some money to pay off that pesky student debt. That's all I've got to say. I really just wanted to make a video, put it up on YouTube, doesn't matter what it was, spend some time editing it and all that stuff, and sitting here talking to this little googly-eyed microphone and staring at that camera, I'm rather excited to get more along on this journey. Just got to ride the wave. That's all I've got to say. Be good, and I'll see you on the next one.